Hello, Scrap and Fun kit peeps. It's Scrap and Ames here, and I am up with my second design team member post for April for the Scrap and Fun kit design team. And this month's kit is the Anzac kit, so it's very Anzac themed for Anzac Day here. And I'm doing an art journal page this time. So I have got some of the chipboard that we had in the kit, and I've coloured it a bit of an orangey kind of colour just to go kind of with my theme in my head. So when I thought of Anzac Day, I was thinking obviously the setting and rising of the sun, the dusty dirt, fields and the beaches and those sorts of things. So I sort of tried to get an image in my head, and that's what I was going to put in my art journal page here. I could have done a scrapbook layout, but I've done one of those and I wanted to try something a bit different, and I wanted to get a bit mixed media-y. So that's what I'm doing. So as you can see here, I've got some of the pattern paper, and I've just given it a bit of a rip just to give that torn sort of edge. And the pattern one I'm using is the text kind of pattern in the background. Again, just to give that kind of vintage look again. The telegram kind of feel, I guess you could say, from those war kind of days. Got the washi tape with the poppies. And I guess in my head, the image I had in my head here was a field of poppies, the battlefield. And so I've got my Colour Blast texture paste here, and it's in that, I think it's leather it's called. So it's that browny shimmery kind of colour. And so I'm just gonna, and it's unusual, I've never used texture paste without a stencil before. So it's going on really smoothly, which was really good, but I didn't want it to look all nice and smooth basically and even. So I've just sort of slapped it on as best as I can slap it on, I guess, over the top of my paper, but still making sure that that ripped edge, that text could still be seen, as well as that washi tape as well. So it gives that imagery is what I'm looking for, of the battlefield and the text of getting those telegrams, those awful telegrams, and the poppies in the field, those sorts of things. It's all about that sort of, I guess, those things that came to my mind, I guess, for this journal page. And I'm just sticking the cut file piece here as well, off on an angle. And this Colour Blast spray, now this is in the saffron, I don't think it's the shimmer spray. Again, just giving that imagery of the setting and the rising of the sun, that yellow of the sun. I was contemplating colouring this doily, but I wanted again to leave that. I've added that in for some texture, as well as giving that circular feel of the sun as well. Now, using wet media to stick everything down, wet glue, adhesive, not wet media. Because I've used wet media, you need to use that glue to stick it down so that it holds. Now, all up, this journal page really only took me probably 20 minutes, really, I think, to do. It didn't take very long to dry. I didn't use my heat tool or anything to dry the Colour Blast paste. It dried pretty quickly because I didn't add a thick coat. It wasn't like going through a stencil where you add sort of a thick layer. So it really didn't take very long at all to dry, and I could work on the other pieces while I waited for this bottom half of the page to dry. So it really was a quick art journal page. I had in my head an image of what I wanted to get across, as I'm trying to sort of explain to you guys here. For Anzac Day, or what Anzac, I guess, means to me, kind of thing. So I guess that was the plan I went with. So that was not too difficult. I've added the colour, the ink, Artist Ink, I think it's called, again from Colour Blast. Not sponsored here by Colour Blast by any means. It's a Scrapping Fun design team blog post. But I added those splats of green just to add the green that were in the fields with the poppies and things like that in there as well. And I've just, again, added a little, the little quote there, and at the going down of the sun we shall remember them. And that's just on another piece of pattern paper from the April kit, from the Anzac kit. And again, I've just ripped it just to give that torn old look to the page, or to the paper as well. I felt this needed something on the bottom. I was going to put this ribbon that was in the kit. It's got the poppies on it as well, and it's quite vibrant compared to, say, the washi tape. And I just felt it needed something here on the bottom. I was going to put it on the top, and I tested it out. It just did not look right. I'm not sure why, whether or not just the imagery in my head for it, I don't know, but it just didn't. So I popped it on the bottom. I then used a Posca paint pen in the gold to write Anzac Day 2019. At the top there, added some more green little splatters or spots across the page, and that's my art journal page completed using this month's Anzac kit. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick and easy art journal page using some great little products, including the Anzac kit from Scrapping Fun Kits. Head to the blog to check more out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.